from the Weather Authority, here's Steve LaNore.
Of course, Hurricane Michael, a big weather story tonight, deepening rapidly the eastern Gulf. I'll show you that in a moment. In Texoma, things are looking up. Finally, after 5 days of showers and thunderstorms and flooding and lightning and even some wind damage today, things are improving here on the 6-hour Doppler loop tonight. You can see the rain is pretty much shipping out of here. Now, there will be a few showers developing perhaps with the front. I'm going just 20% for a rain chance in the overnight period. And the sun tried to make an appearance late this afternoon saying, hey, I'm coming. Here it is on our Tanglewood time lapse. You can see just a little peek of the sun, still a lot of low level moisture, a lot of cloud cover, and just a hint of color there in our almost sunset tonight, being from our Tanglewood perspective looking west across a growing Lake Texoma. The lake is rising, and it will be rising for at least the next week to 10 days with all that runoff coming from upriver. Speaking of that, look at the rainfall totals here. What a range. 1.28 in Paris. That's all you got since Saturday, but Ardmore over 5 inches, Ringling over 7 inches, Sherman-Denison coming in kind of in between there around 4. Durant also about 4 inches of rain, 2.65 in Bottom. We just don't need any more rain. Finally, we'll get a chance for a few dry days, but you know what? There's more rain in the weekend forecast, and I'll show you where that's coming from in just a second. And it's not coming from the Gulf for a change, kind of unusual there. Winds are from the Gulf tonight, though, south-southeast, and just a really humid, kind of misty, foggy night across Texoma. Temperatures all around 64, 65 degrees. But here comes a cold front. It's moving along at a pretty leisurely pace, but it will come through over the next 6 hours or so, and you can see how temperatures drop into the 50s. And 40s behind it. In the morning, we'll be in that range about 45 to 53, and definitely you'll notice a change as the wind will be blowing out of the north, and it won't be nearly as humid as it has been the last couple of weeks. Here you can see on the big picture the storm's moving east. The upper low that's helped cause all the rain starting to ship out to the northeast as well. Big dry slot here that's shown by the dark colors. Should be a beautiful sunny afternoon tomorrow, but here's our spoiler. Hurricane Sergio, now a tropical storm, is moving to the northeast. Now, the wind's going to be gone from this thing long before it gets to Texoma, but the upper level system, the low pressure and all the moisture coming our way, and all the computer models are showing a pretty good chance of rain both Saturday and into at least part of Sunday. Not the thing we want to hear, more rain, especially for the weekend, but that's the way it's looking right now. Meanwhile, Hurricane Michael, look at that small eye. Very wound up system. Top winds now on the latest advisory, 125 miles per hour. It's a strong Cat 3, forecast to become a Cat 4 with winds about 130 or 135 miles per hour tomorrow. Now, right here, Panama City, Apalachicola. It's going to make landfall somewhere between that about lunchtime tomorrow. Go right through Tallahassee as a hurricane, and that's the inland city, but they're going to get really battered by this. It'll track across Georgia, over Macon, and through the Carolinas. Now, luckily, by the time it gets here, where all the flooding was, it'll be moving pretty fast. So we're looking at probably 3 to 6 inches of rain, not enough to cause a big flood disaster there. For Texoma, though, on the backside of that, it's all about north winds. Thank you, Canada. Some high pressure coming in, feeling really good the next several days. Zone forecast tonight, cooling off. 50 degrees in Ardmore, 52 in Gainesville. Tomorrow, about 67. It's the sun. Don't stare at it. That's what that big bright ball is out there tomorrow. Cooler, 48 tonight and 8 to 70. In Tishomingo tomorrow, breezy and mild. And heading east, looking at about 58 in Antlers. Small chance of rain from Antlers and Paris back to Sherman and Denison, as you see there. And looking at temperatures tomorrow, to generally be somewhere between about 65 and 72. So your 7-day forecast is showing a beautiful Wednesday and Thursday. Now, by Friday, already a 20% chance of rain returning. And Dan, the weekend looking real questionable here with pretty good chance of rain both Saturday and Sunday. I don't think it'll rain the entire weekend, but enough of it where you're going to think, gee, maybe I'll go see a movie.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what. Yeah, you could be forgiven for wanting to stare at the sun tomorrow.
That's right.
Haven't seen it in so long.
It's going to be super.
All right. Thanks, Steve.